Hello, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing amazing today. If you're new, just stopping by, welcome. What a beautiful message to stop in on. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Hopefully you're able to grab a message out of this reading. And thank you so much for all the support, all the likes, shares, comments, donations. Love to see the comments, especially when you guys throw your stories in there. Really cool. So today I've got a very special message as I was guided by my spirit team. Now you're wondering too, messages from your spirit guides, how does that make sense? Well, we'll put it this way. So my spirit guides explained it to me. There is a reason. If you were guided to this video and you clicked on it, then there is something from your spirit team that guided you to watch this video. So therefore, moving forward, if you feel like you're going to resonate with this, you will, and if you don't, you can find another video to watch as well. So let's hop right into it. This is a very important message because in life, there is always going to be karmics, karmic people, karmic copycats, people that literally try to block you, stop your success in any way possible. These people are put here on earth to be tests against you, ultimately. Now, it's funny because I was asked to pull one card, and literally the top of the pile was this card, and I thought it was really fitting. The Courageous Peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. It's time for you to let yourself be seen because these people are always going to sit and plot and watch. That's what they do. Essentially, karmics, instead of coming up with their own ideas, their own vision, their own plan for success, they watch leaders, people who are creative, people who are individual, and then they take. So ultimately, this whole reading, if you were guided by your spirit team, is to show you the other side to it. And first of all, as to why they do it, and ultimately as to why it should never bother you. Because when it comes down to it, there's always going to be someone else in life that has another idea or takes your idea and tries to make it something else. So ultimately, what you need to do is instead of sitting focusing on the negative and the fact that these karmics exist, do not put any energy into them. Focus that energy instead on you and the ways that you can actually evolve yourself and improve yourself. Because ultimately, if you don't worry about what anyone else is saying or doing, and you're sitting and you're connecting with your spirit team, your intuition, you will always be given a new original idea. And that's what it comes down to. So welcome everyone that's going to join into this reading. Go ahead and like the video if you resonate. And wow, look at that. King of Wands. So there you go. That's your energy. You're someone who's passionate about life, fiery, driven, energetic, and others see that. So instead of them coming up with their own ideas, they work for lower vibrations. They attach themselves to you, to your energy. They sit and they watch and they figure out a way that they think they could just do it a little bit better. So honestly, when Spirit brought me this message this morning, I said, wow, this is a reading that I want to do because there is no awareness on this kind of situation at all whatsoever. And I feel really great to have this idea and be able to bring this forward to the collective. So let's go. You are a leader. You are passionate. People see you as a passionate lover as well. Someone very romanticized in life, in relationships, in anything you do. These people are attached to your energy. Specifically, you could have a Capricorn or an air sign that is attached to your energy. This person doesn't realize that they could have the same growth and stability in their life if they put forward that energy into themselves. But like I said, there's always going to be karmics in your life. There's always going to be a copycat. You could not even know someone. They could see you on the internet, see you as an empress, an emperor, and they could take your idea. They could see the way you do your hair. They could see the way you do your makeup if you're a feminine. If you're a masculine, they could see the way you dress, the way you talk. There's always going to be someone else that tries to take that idea and mimic it. So what you need to do and to remember to be original is to never compare yourself to anyone else. First and foremost, true chosen ones, true leaders standing in their divine feminine, divine masculine energy, you're not looking at what anyone else is doing. You've got tunnel vision on your path and where you're headed. And that's ultimately what makes these karmics drawn to you. They're always going to be drawn to you. Look at that. Because instead of these energies realizing they could have their own new start as well if they put that same ambition and energy that you do into their own life. And ultimately, why you get blessed too when you're so original is because divine sees what you're doing. Divine says you're not jealous, you're not blocking others, and you aren't trying to dim anyone else's light by trying to make it your own. So ultimately, that is when you achieve the greatest success. So we're getting right into this because this is really beautiful energy. Thank you so much to everyone that is going to tune into this reading. It is a live reading. So you could be an Aries or a Taurus. You could also be a Pisces or a Cancer Scorpio. People are drawn to you. Notice the moon there. A lot of people that you wouldn't even expect watch and take your ideas, copy you, figure out ways to try and make it off as their own. But ultimately, the light is shown the strongest on those that truly take the lead for themselves. If you are someone who dims and takes other people's ideas or shine, say you are a cross watcher, you're a karmic watching, your ideas will never be as successful. Just to put it up front. And those that decide to shine, to be original, to not block those that do, will always shine brighter for being individual. Now, let's just say it this way too. If you are a content creator, you could have a TikTok platform, you could have a YouTube, you could have any sort of content platform. If you put content out and others sit and they report your videos, they try and block you or things like this, what they don't realize is every time they do that, they send you a blessing. So if you resonate with this, definitely check out the karmic video I did as well a few days ago. I believe it was a week ago now. But it really is because it's like every time someone tries to mimic you, take from you, or copy you, they send you blessings. The more they watch and plot, and even if they try black magic or whatever crap like that, if you are of the light and you're protected by divine, that is immediately reflected off. What even is that? That is someone wasting their time on this earth trying to block someone who's successful. So this message is an eye-opener. Continue to be a leader, collective. Continue to be someone who decides to spread light and to allow others to shine. The more you don't block someone else's dreams, the more you truly reside from staying away from karmics and karmic energy, the stronger your light is going to prevail in this world. And ultimately, the bigger mark it's going to leave in a humble and honest, creative way, an original way. And that's who you want to be, collective. You don't want to be the 5 to 10 karmics in your life that have always tried to stop you. Now, this is the thing too. Throughout your life, there will always at least be 1 or 2 people that's going to try and take away from your shine. So why I wanted to do this message is the awareness is, don't ever let that affect you. Keep shining, keep on glowing, keep on going, and keep on growing. Yes, I just thought of that right now. That was actually beautiful. But ultimately, if you tune into these readings, collective, I really hope that you are the same sense. That you are aware of the fact that when you truly just take that time to connect with divine, anyone that tried to block, stop, or copy you, they look like a fool. They are seeing who they are because you're always moving a step ahead and that person is always following behind you. Now, like I said, you'll have this throughout your life. A sibling, a cousin, a best friend, a fake friend, an acquaintance you don't even know. You don't even know them. You've never met them, nothing like that. Those are the ones that get it the worst though. Because people that sit and obsess over your energy that don't know you as a person, they don't know what light you're bringing to the world. They don't know what amazing things divine has for you for the way that you've reacted to situations in your life. These people, they're wasting their days. That's ultimately what it is. It's like life is so short, we should spend it to the fullest. Doing what makes you happy, being a good person, being humble, and definitely being kind to others, not someone who tries to mimic, copy, or take from another individual. Now, I certainly hope there's no one that tunes into my channel that reports anyone's videos, things like that, because ultimately know that that will be sent right back to you. And whoever you decided to take the shine from, you're going to watch them elevate. Because that's what divine is here to do. Watch us all elevate and grow. And for the ones that are truly leaders and shine and are original, they would never wish that upon any of the karmics that send these attacks their way. These low vibrational moves. There's a huge difference when it comes to a leader and a copycat. And there you go. So you could have a fire sign that copies everything you do. Aries, Leo, Sag, Queen of Wands in reverse. Someone promiscuous. Someone who uses their looks or their body to try and get them attention. If you're a feminine, they do it against males. They could be someone who's always tried to take your love interest, your person. Tried to copy your look. You could be an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But look at that. Abundant. If you don't even resonate with the sign, this is what you are. Abundant and successful for being original. For continuing to stand on your own too. No matter how many times someone tries to dim your light, copy you, or pull you back. Divine makes you shine brighter. And what the lesson is too is these karmics can't stand it. But ultimately, one day when they're later on in their life and they really mature and realize what they did, because for a lot of them, the maturity won't hit till you're in your 40s or your 50s. You could spend all your 20s and your 30s trying to hold someone back, and then boom, these karmics will wake up one day and say, what happened? Where were their dreams? Well, they spent it on you, collective, trying to stop you, trying to make you look unoriginal. And ultimately, too, it's like, okay, this is what I want to point out, because always in life, too, there will be people that are inspired by you. So you have to know the difference. Because if someone is inspired by you and there's one thing in common, that could be just merely an inspiration or a coincidence. That could happen. That could mean you're on the same vibration as well. Without even realizing you're on a very similar vibration in life. But ultimately, when there's repeated things like over and over, or this is someone that you have had in your life, follows your jobs, follows whatever career path you take. And specifically too, it's like if you had this spiritual awakening, this wake up reality call, these karmics that try and mimic and copy your energy, they have not been through that. Like, for example, if you are a light worker, or say you are even a prophetic speaker, it takes someone going through something and having a true connection with divine to be led to that life path. If any random person were just to pick that path up and take that, it's either not going to be successful, or they're going to have a series of tower moments in their life over and over again till they get it, because it wasn't their life path. Karmics have a lot more to learn than people that lead and are original, because what they don't realize is they're ultimately giving away their energy to people, places, and things that have nothing to do with their own life, their own vibration. And so then they sit and wonder why they're not elevating, and they continue to watch you elevate in life. We are all here to grow and to evolve. We're all here to be better than we were yesterday. That's the ultimate goal. Wouldn't you want to wake up every day and say today's a little bit better than yesterday? And even if it isn't, even if life tests you, to know that the way you handled yourself was better than yesterday. Growth and evolution is everything. And then this is the difference. The karmics and copycats, that's part of their lesson to learn. And that's what separates you, collective, if you resonate with that, feeling like you have a lot of copycats and karmics constantly trying to block you from moving forward, from trying to make yourself a better person, from trying to make yourself feel more connected with who you are. The more that this is tried to be blocked, 1414 on the live, ultimately, the more you are going to shine. And like I said, for some people, it will be too late. They'll spend a lot of their time wasted on small offers and small receivings in life because they tried to take a cup that wasn't theirs. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What did I just say about series of tower moments? And that's exactly where we're at with this reading. We're going to pull an angel message real quick. Get some more tarot. For a lot of you, if you resonate, you could be a guide, someone who's a mentor to others, a teacher, a spiritual teacher. Ultimately, whatever you do, even if it's none of those things, you're creative, you're someone original. Look at advocate. You're someone who's kind and humble and honest towards others. And that is the thing that eats up the karmics the most. That no matter what attacks they throw at you, no matter how they try to block you or stop you, they can't. Because if this is truly meant for you and your life path and you're connected as to where you're going, the only person that could change that is divine or you. So continue being an advocate. Continue to see who these people are in your life for you. Because ultimately, every single person that watches this video has at least 1 or 2 karmics in their life. You always will. It could be a neighbor. It could be an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. It could be a family member. Whoever it is to you, they're low vibrational. They don't have passions of their own. And all you can do is continue to inspire, because sometimes too, you inspire to the point that you lift others up. You make them realize, well, hold on, wait a second. If they're doing it, why can't I? And then that's the thing too with karmics. When someone sees you doing something, they convince themselves that they can do it. Now, a lot of the times when you see it not work out, it's because it wasn't their life path. And also, they didn't see the hard work, the dedication, and the commitment that you put in forth whatever it is that you're doing in your life. For some of you, you could be someone who's huge on being a mental health advocate. Others of you are a teacher. Like I said, you could have put in years of schooling. And then here you have a karmic in your life. Well, that's not too hard to do, and thinks they're going to pick it up. But ultimately, it's just part of their lessons. And look at that. That is the perfect archetype that could come out. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Now, for someone coming up, this tower moment with one of these karmics is going to call for a big lesson from you, because ultimately it's like, for some of you, you might have to help this person. You might have to show them. I mean, it's not something you're going to want to have to do. Not show them how to do whatever you're doing. Let's just say that. Say you're a musician, you're an artist, you're a business owner. If someone who is karmically trying to copy, mimic your life, I am not spreading the message that you need to go show them how to do it. Absolutely not. But you need to show them, or maybe wake them up to the fact of what they're doing. Now, there is a very fine line when doing that, though, because you can ultimately offend someone. So for a lot of you, you've already done this. You've blocked these people out of your life, walked away from them. If you've had to, made your profile private, changed your phone number, moved, whatever you had to do to keep your privacy. Because even you have some people that are like karmic friends that maybe weren't even good friends, that try and mimic everything you do and then claim it as you even mimicking them. Ultimately, these people will be seen for who they are. And it's just not your lesson to worry about. You just need to keep evolving and keep growing. And like I said, when you're original, when you stick to the plan and the path that you're shown, you will always have those new ideas. You will always be able to outsmart these tricksters, these karmic energies. They must send attacks your way. Whether it is gang stalking on your social medias, stalking your platform, stalking your house. What these people don't realize is every time they give you a minute of their time, that's a minute less of their life they could have spent on something they love. Imagine. That's a minute less they could have had thinking of their own original idea that would have made them very successful in their own life. It's a minute less of tower moments and of Wheel of Fortune disasters. Now, too, if people copy you, karmic copycats completely copy you and take away from you, ultimately that causes the tower moment. That gets taken away. What's not yours will be taken away. That's a sure fact. Like Lil Wayne says, that's a sure thing. Addict just slipped over. These people are addicted to your energy. Some of them actually have addictive personalities. They're either addicted to some sort of substance, alcohol, drugs. For others of them, it's literally just your energy. But what they don't realize is the more that they obsess and do this, the more they're losing themselves. Now, this is where it comes down to having to help someone you prefer to ignore. Because for some of you, you're going to have to reach out to this person or maybe even to someone connected to them. Now, I'm just giving you guidance so you do not have to do that, of course. But for some of you, this is going to be the way to break this mimicking from continuing. Like, I feel like it could have been up to 2 years. There's people in your energy, maybe even 5 years, that mimic and copy you and try and speak down on your name, talk down on you to make you irrelevant so that they don't look like the mimics. And like I said, if you have a platform, these people sit and watch you first. They report you. They try and slander your name. But ultimately, the more they do, just say thank you for the blessing. Because you're about to learn a lesson. And that's it. And it's not even your lesson to teach. If you're an artist, look at that, next card out. If you're a musician or say you do artwork, anything like that, designs, originality. If you're a light worker, you could even make your own cards. Whoever tries to copy you in that, ultimately, they're not going to go anywhere with it. And you are going to shine so bright. Like, okay, it's like this. The world is based around karma. And that's what karmics don't necessarily realize. But in a way, it's either their past life, they've accumulated so much karma, or even this life, they've accumulated so much karma. And instead of learning from the error of their ways that maybe they shouldn't mess with other people's destiny, their lives, their future, their paths, the more karma they accumulate and the more cranky and miserable they get and wonder why they're not succeeding. Now, ultimately, like I said, if you are an artist or something like that and someone mimics you, copies you, and tries to take from you, in a sense that they tried to like break your name down. There's a difference, like I said, being inspired once by someone versus taking from them and continuously throwing them under the bus. If you do that and you continue to do that, say you're an artist and someone did that to you, they tried to slander your name as an upcoming independent artist or something like this. The more blessings you're about to receive than you would have normally for them doing this. The more divine goes, okay, well, I see you, collective, just continued on your path trying to be original. Praying, connecting to divine, meditating every day. Actually tuned in with your own intuition. Because notice too, you could have an idea sometimes and it goes in one ear and out the other, and you just, later on you look back and you're like, wow, glad you didn't do that, right? That's your intuition too. That's your spirit team saying, no, you can think of something better. You can be more original. So sometimes when you have a quick idea and it doesn't go through, that is why, because they're helping you think of something even higher up that's more original to connect with. Midas Miser, if you, collective, are someone who resonates with constantly trying to be unique and original, not bringing others down, and it's like this. If you see someone that copies you, by reporting them, by blocking them, all that's the same thing. You have to realize that doesn't make you any better than the karmics. When you fully realize to either laugh at it or ignore it and just keep moving about, don't even pay attention to it, no mind, that's when you're going to truly, everything you touch turns to gold. Because divine wants to see people who are original, who are connected, and who aren't karmic succeeding, because ultimately that's what sets the world apart. You're the example for others to follow by. Often I don't throw out the term chosen one, but for a lot of you, collective, if you are a genuine leader with 5 to 10 karmics all your life, say even when you were in school younger, you decided to take dance, and then you had family members, cousins, or friends that would copy you and try and outshine you, try and dim you down so you would stand in the back. That's the same thing. That's karmics doing that to you from when you were a kid. That could have happened to you. You could have been someone who constantly changed and did different things based on people following behind you. You're a leader, and they're always going to follow behind you. So what can you do? Put on a show. Put on your best show. And I love this card. That's why I thought this was so beautiful. It was just literally the top card. Let yourself be seen. Recognize that even if you don't feel right now you're in your full leadership potentials or you're living your best life, you can let yourself be seen and be original, and boom, you'll be back in that vibration in no time. Welcome everyone tuning in. We've got a few different faces. Nice to see you guys in the chats there. So wow, I just had like flip over on me. Okay, this is nuts. So wow, there's like 10 cards and they're all beautiful. Mentor, definitely a mentor. Karmic feminine. If you're a feminine, you got lots of karmic feminines that will always try and copy your style, try and copy your work habits, try and copy your creativity, try and copy your originality. It's just the way it is. So instead of letting these tricksters hold you back, this reading really signifies take all that trickster energy they send your way and really elevate. Because that's what divine wants to do. And these karmic feminines will soon start to realize that they are indeed acting in karmic energy. Especially say, okay, not everyone will resonate with this, but we've got guide, mentor, teacher. If you are a light worker, or like I said earlier about being a teacher and someone saying, oh, well, they can be a teacher. Meanwhile, you did say, what, 6 years of teaching college? I'm not sure. I feel like you have to do teaching college and then specify in your specific subject. And or say you're a nurse, same thing. But for a lot of you, say you are a light worker. For someone just to say that they can pick it up, but they have no spiritual wisdom or experience or connection their entire life, I mean, eventually it's going to be seen for what it is. But ultimately, you are a lesson to help wake others up. So don't ever feel held back by that or frustrated by that. Because truly, if you ever get frustrated or feel offended by it, then there's something you got to look at within yourself, because that is a karmic behavior. A true engineer, a true leader, they are all about being original and saying, yeah, someone's going to copy it, but that's okay. Tomorrow is a new day to come up with a better idea. Because ultimately, the leaders eventually are seen for who they are. That's all you got to say. And that's all you got to know. Don Juan. So also, you could have a lot of suitors that are constantly interested in you. Some of them being karmics. Regardless if you're a feminine or a masculine watching, people find you to be romantic, a teacher. It's like you have that teaching ability when it comes to love healing as well. You're a guide to others in life. And when you really radiate that original energy, people are drawn to you like mosquitoes to those little zappers. But what they don't realize is it's like mosquito to the zapper. Every time you go up, you're literally casting away one of your own dreams, so focused on the collective. So focused on the divine feminine or masculine. But you're a teacher, so you have to just remember that, accept that. And for some of you, once you finally come to this realization, there's always going to be a copycat and a karmic. You literally sleep better. Let's just say that. You'll sleep better. You'll realize life goes on and on. Yeah, not going to sing it, but that one. Life goes on. So if you resonate with that, leave a comment in the chats. I was just trying to see if we had any members. Also, just wanted to let you know. So I started the membership program in the middle of the month. All the videos are up for the month now. So if you wanted to check it out, and future reference, if you do decide to join, the videos are usually up within the first of the week. Within the first week, my apologies, since there's quite a few. But yeah, even if you are just someone who is subscribed and watches free videos, throws a like, I do appreciate that as well. And hopefully you're able just to grab a message out of this, because truly, that's all I'm here to do, is encourage you and uplift you when these others have maybe made you feel less than, have tried to take your shine from you. Because at everyone's point in their life, we've all had a moment of feeling like defeat. But once you learn to overcome that and you realize that you are your only competition, and anyone who tries to make you their competition, they've got their own life lessons to learn. They've got their own baggage to heal from and let go of. And it's none of your concern. And the more you linger in that energy or let that distract you, that's what it is. It's a distraction. That's all it is, collective. It's a distraction. So, for some of you, I feel like you're going to spend a day maybe. Disconnect. I know it sounds crazy, but trust, I've done it and it feels so good. Disconnect from your phone or even just watching TV for one full day. Because, of course, a lot of people can't do that more than that. But just one full day. Of course, have your phone on you for emergencies and stuff. But maybe just put it on vibrate, right? Don't be, if you're someone who talks on the phone all day, try to just keep your energy to yourself for one full day and watch the ideas that divine gives you, the solutions divine gives you to your life. You could be faced with any sort of conflict in your life, a relationship struggle, feeling blocked when it comes to career or just life, something you want to work towards, a goal. Once you learn to tune out of everyone else's energy, because especially if you resonate with Earth Angel or Empath, you are someone others are naturally drawn to, and you are someone who doesn't mind putting yourself out there and connecting with others, giving that light back in any way possible, but ultimately it drains you. So when you choose to just take a little bit of time to yourself, trust that like it just flows through. And that's, if you resonate with this message and a leader, you already know that. You already know that. That daily meditation, that manifestation in the morning, that's what that's for. Look at your day as a whole and how are you going to move forward with it. And the last thing on your mind, you'll find when you make a plan for your day or your next few days, will be that person trying to take cups from you. It'll be the last thing on your mind. And ultimately, divine sees you in that energy. Because that's all it comes down to. It comes down to who you are when anyone's there or no one's there. It's not who you pretend to be when everyone's there and no one's around. You're a different person. And that can be said for a lot of karmics, because karmics are completely opposite, insecure as to who they portray to be in reality. In reality, they portray to be bullies. They portray to be know-it-alls. They portray to have taken your ideas, stuff like that. And that's when you just have to realize, when you're truly connected and humble, that everyone in the world, at some point, if you're vibing on the same frequency, you may have something in common. But for the most part, when you continue to shift into your own frequency and your own energy only, connected, you will see, and others will notice that huge difference from you to other people, how you stand out. And the more you stand out, the more the karmics will be attracted to you ultimately. So it's just really about realizing that and keep moving forward. Love to see all the positive messages in the chats today. That's awesome. But yeah, it's all about staying humble, staying positive, and the more you put these focus of karmics and copycats in the back of your mind, the more you're going to elevate. Now let's get back to the one important message, because, okay, it could resonate for both, but really what's standing out to me is like, if you are a feminine, it's a feminine. If you're a masculine, it's a masculine. So it's either an acquaintance or a friend, somebody you used to know. 3333 on the reading. This person loves everything about you, but hates you at the same time because they want your life. Something about it, the way that you are, your energy, you're different, you're original. You don't need to have anyone's approval to be happy in your life. As long as you know that you've woken up a better person or you've worked towards your dreams, that's who you are. If you resonate with that collective, and that's what makes this person so frustrated. But ultimately, this is what I'm saying about the whole, you might have to help someone you don't want to. This person, for some of you, has just gotten worse and worse. The longer you've left it thinking, oh, that's just a phase, they'll get over it, because it's not your concern. Your concern is to keep moving forward. The more this person obsesses and plots ways to block you. Now, ultimately, for a lot of you, this isn't someone you're even going to want to talk to. And for some of you, you might have someone that's mutual between you, but that you need this person to be more on your side than this karmic side. Because this karmic person is persuasive. whoever this is. So say, for example, if you are to connect with someone who's closer to them than you, they're going to twist it around and tell this karmic energy. So for some of you, it's not even a good idea to tell someone else. Directly go to the source. And for others of you, this person, if it's someone who's literally been driving by your house, say you have social media, you could post something a minute later, the first person to watch it from a fake account every hour, every day. I'm sorry, but I don't give legal advice here, but for some of you, maybe a restraining order is necessary. Absolutely. Because if someone's that obsessed with your energy, they have something else going on. We'll just say that. And you might not want to be able to speak to someone like that because you might not be able to reason with them. It might just make them a little bit more obsessed with your energy. And also, someone like that who is dangerous per se, like if they're driving and sitting outside your house every single day in the same vehicle, they think you don't know. And for some of you, it could be for so long you've got your proof and they still do it. Ultimately, someone like this cannot be reasoned with. You need to take some sort of like protective thing for yourself. Especially, I feel like some of you have moved. Say you're an artist, like say you're a musician, and you could be, I would be honored if anyone was like a bigger musician or artist, someone watching. For example, of course you're anonymous, but say you're watching and you've dealt with people that have literally done this to you. You could have moved and then this person still comes and sits outside your house. Or for example, they're from a different country and they've like found your information, your number. That you do not need to message them, hey, it needs to stop, because that type of person cannot be reasoned with. So protect yourself. That's all I'm going to say as a reader. This is just guidance. This is no mere what you should do and what you shouldn't do. But someone like this, just to be aware of, they may not be rational if they've gone this far to copy you for so long. Like, seriously. And like I said, if it's someone you grew up with, a sibling or a close friend or an acquaintance who thinks they have the right to do it, it's even worse. Because say they've ever been in your home or like stuff like that, this person is absolutely crossing boundaries because they know you as a person and they see you moving forward, not paying any mind to them. So also too, for some people, it's like these people experience tower moments though for messing with you. So say, for example, if someone keeps driving by your house and parked outside copying your ideas, all of a sudden they could have a flat tire one day driving to your house. The karmic doesn't clue in, oh, maybe it's because I'm driving to Collective's house to go stalk them. And it keeps happening to them. So people like that cannot be reasoned with. And that's all I want to say. In that case, maybe talk to someone close to you and figure out a different way to handle that situation. But yeah, some of these people, it's like you could have switched careers altogether to something that you need to be educated, well educated in, or have some sort of skill, or at least be really connected with this life purpose. And this person just constantly follows and picks it all up. Yeah, definitely, like, something needs to be done. Like I said, some of you have let this go and it's been a couple years and this person literally doesn't realize what they're doing is like, I don't want to say like, yeah, we're just going to say irrational, but it's mentally insane. If someone's stalking you and copying you that hard, trying to block you, report your videos, showing up to your house, calling you from fake numbers. And for a lot of you, this karmic is an ex, like their ex-partner or new partner that does it. If it's not a friend of yours, if it's not a friend or a close family member of yours, it's definitely someone you must have previously dated, that either they're dating them or used to. And this person talked about you so much that now they obsess over you more than even this past person. Claim your safety, because this is a strong message for someone, and they want to do it because they see that you are original, that you're about to succeed, that you're about to elevate way past. Yeah, amen there, straight from. You know, look at that. Bully just flipped out. Karmic bullies. Exactly. So for some of you, if you're a light worker or you're just someone who tries to really live life to your own song, people really bully you. You could have been bullied since you were a kid as well. Find that happen throughout your life. Like, if you really resonate with a light worker or an earth angel, you truly have been bullied your whole life from different situations. And you know why? Because ultimately, it's like too, if you're connected with divine, the more spiritual attacks you get thrown from the other side, and the more success and victories you get every time you don't let it affect you. So this, I feel like, is the most important message of this reading. All of y'all are beautiful individuals, unique and creative in your own light. And ultimately, every single person in this universe has this ability to be their own creative, independent engineer in a sense. Be your own Albert Einstein. And all that takes is to pull back your energy and your focus from anyone else that you would even want to compare yourself to, or you'd want to say, oh, you wish your life was that way. No, stop looking at their life and look at your life and say, how are you going to make your life that way? And I promise you, your life will change drastically. And it doesn't happen overnight. This is the thing with a lot of karmics. They don't put in the hard work that you do, collective. You aren't going to give up if something fails the first time. You're going to get back up on that horse and keep on going. Forget what that movie's from. But literally, liberator. And this is why freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. You're a leader. You have released a lot of these negative thought patterns if you truly notice that a lot of karmics just lead or follow behind you. And like I said too, these people literally sit and laugh. They'll pay attention to your life because they throw spiritual attacks. So say they see you're off one day, or you're, you know what I mean? You're like not off as in you're not having the greatest day or something like this. They think they're winning. But then ultimately, then all of a sudden, divine will slap a huge blessing front row, and then they go, oh, and then they try again. So this is the difference from you, collective, to them. You're an athlete. You're someone who stands on your own too. And these karmics could be athletes too, but they invest their energy into the wrong focus. So spreading that love and light, all I got to say is everyone could really be a true leader if we each focused on our own individuality and who you truly want to be. Because you can always look at someone else's life and think, that's pretty cool. But then you got to wake up to reality. Is that your life plan? Is that your life purpose? 9 times out of 10, no. It's like, okay, we're going to look at someone who you see on TV or you see in a documentary, you find it inspiring or something like this. But then that doesn't mean you're that person. That doesn't mean that's your life path. Poet. Some of you are actually writers and you have this ability to really express yourself in a symbolic different language. So you could be a writer, you could be a speaker, and you could definitely be a singer, musician, rapper, something like this. But however you do it, you're very much unique in your own sense. So no matter what, people gonna try and copy. You know, the coolest thing though too, what people don't realize is, okay, for a lot of people, when you truly experience a spiritual awakening, you disconnect sometimes from people that you never previously would have thought you would have. But when that happens, and then the true wake-up call happens, say, a few months later in your life, how much more stable you are in your energy, how much more driven you are, and how much more you are shining and living the life you want to live when you pull back from karmic energies. Because this can apply to anyone in your life. It could be a job, it could be love relationships, people that don't inspire you, that hold you back instead of motivate you. And it could be people that copy or take your ideas. But ultimately, when you pull your energy back from that and you put the focus on you, the sky is the limit. Literally, the sky is the limit. And think about this. The first dude that landed on the moon, do you think he was worried about who else is going to land on the moon after that? No, because he was the first. And he had that idea on his own. And that's what it's about. That's all it's about. So for some of you, you're going to do something big when it comes to music or some sort of career focus, some sort of passion. Maybe you're going to invent something. For others of you, it's like you're going to invent your own genre of music. Do your thing. Look at this. People view you as like a motherly type nurturing person. You could be a masculine as well. But what it is you're nurturing, you're patient, and you're full of unconditional love. And so people are always going to be drawn to you because you radiate unconditional love. You don't radiate toxic, negative cranky humming and hawing over who copied or who's succeeding. 44 on the live, 44 likes. Amen. Beautiful. And 44 is all about manifestation. So that's really beautiful. So we're going to get a few more messages for this reading. Thank you so much, everyone that's tuning in. I often do readings more in the evening time, depending on what time you're tuned in. I would usually do it about 8 hours later. But today, I missed you guys yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this message. It was really important. And when I got this download this morning, I was going to wait till later, but Divine was like, you get that out now, and people that are drawn to this will see it now or later, right? And think about it. It's a message from your spirit guides, so not everyone will click on this. So if you have clicked on this just now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you might wonder how would it be your spirit guides? Well, our spirit guides connect to us in beautiful ways. So therefore, if you felt drawn to this video either by the title or just the picture and the fact, that's your spirit guide sending you a message. So I really hope you could resonate and just know that you're original, you're a leader, and the more that you don't even worry about what anyone else copies of yours or tries to block your success, the more you are going to shine, because that's what you deserve. Divine makes you the example, inspiring and showing others that that's the way to be in life. And truly love everyone unconditionally. So like I said, for some of you, if this person isn't erratic and you can talk to them, maybe that it bothers you how much they've been trying to take from you, just remember, I mean, at the end of the day, when you really heal from it, you learn that it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. But ultimately, some of you might still be in the middle where you know there's been some boundaries crossed. Well, I guess no. I'm going to say this straight up. I would say this, instead of even talking to that person, connect with your spirit team, connect with Divine, connect with your spirit guides, and just say, look, you know this is happening, and I know this is happening. How can we evolve out of it? And I guarantee you, your spirit guides are going to give you an idea or something. Say even you're working in a company, like a career, and someone in the office, you always have the best idea, but then all of a sudden, this person will go pitch it first because you told them or something. Stuff like that happens too. I love to relate it to different things for you, depending on what your job is. Or even if you were a teacher, you could work in a school with teachers, and then all of a sudden you tell one teacher how you do this for the test to keep it organized, and then they go tell the boss, and then they get the praise, right? There's so many different ways in life that people will see what you did and try and make it their own and then claim it. But ultimately, you got to remember there's a difference between inspired and continuous copycat. And when you really elevate and don't worry about it, you connect with your spirit team, you will always have a new idea. It will literally be the last thing on your mind. And also, it's like, I don't know, I just felt honored that that was the download from Spirit this morning, because it's just like such beautiful energy to radiate, and it's so true. Like, it's like dusting the dirt off your shoulder, you know, like whatever, keep on going, keep on shining, collective. So let's get a few more messages to close this reading. And thank you so much. I do appreciate the compliment there, straight from the soul. You guys are too kind. But yeah, truly just wanted to get this message out to inspire you to know that you are able to heal and overcome from anything or anyone that previously had you feeling either drained from this situation, or, like I said, if they've been gang stalking you on Instagram every day for 2 years, it can get pretty tiring. Or feeling like you need to be private to block them. But then ultimately, this is another lesson. If y'all haven't seen this video, man, biggest reason why karmics will gang stalk you to silence you is so that they can take your ideas. So the last thing you want to do is give in to that. But it's just like, it's one of those things. And the more you shine and the more you succeed, the more it's going to happen. Absolutely. Someone just said jealousy is a sickness. It really is. And that's why I just said irrational, because I don't want to say anything, but it's like, unfortunate because when others realize not to put the focus on what anyone else is doing and you stay in your own lane, you're going to elevate more than you could have ever imagined in your own life. And that's just by believing in yourself, by putting that energy into yourself. Because more often than not, I was trying to explain different situations that happening. Even for example, you could tell someone in your family, oh, you're going to do this for the gift idea for the grandparent. And then all of a sudden they got the same gift, right? There's so many different ideas that this can happen in. But ultimately, it's like, if you ever let every one of those situations affect you, you would feel drained just like the bullies do. But you're ultimately in the position you're in for not being in that energy. For being a leader and for being able to differentiate when someone's inspired or copied and to not care either way. So to anyone in the chats or watching this video now or later, just know that you have been given a mission on life to stand out, to leave your mark in a positive way in the world. And so ultimately too, if you do get upset about karmics and copycats, look at the big picture thinking. Do you want to be remembered for being the one person who kept getting upset other people would copy them? Because that could happen too. You could always been a leader, but if you fed into that negative energy, you're that one person. And that's how someone could remember you as well. So when you connect with your spirit team, one day, same with those karmics, you'll be able to keep going. And wow, for some of you, it's time to jump in. You have a lot of ideas, but you're nervous to put them into play because of people copying them. Well, also too, it's like the longer you sit on an idea, I mean, think about it. Every idea we are given is usually either your own or through your spirit team. So eventually I feel like Divine's going to be like, okay, this person's not moving with this idea, so maybe we're going to give it to someone else. Because that could also happen too if you look at it in reality. We don't know who Divine communicates what with. You just know your own connection. Okay, one just like blew out. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. So some of you right now, you're star seeds, and it's truly time to just like realize that everyone is constantly going to be drawn to your light, and the best thing you can do is really propel yourself forward in a positive way. So let's get an angel message. Thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. This isn't going to be a super long one, but just an important awareness message that if you feel like you've been attacked spiritually, copied, taken from, it's the time to realize that everyone is always going to do that, and you got to just keep evolving. And the more you don't let that energy hold you back, the more you're going to evolve into a better butterfly than you would have ever imagined. Wow. There are certain things that have to happen in life in order for us to grow. Literally. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit Team. That was the best confirmation. Whether we are comfortable with change or not, it's inevitable. Stay positive, persevere. So ultimately, just stay positive, persevere through anything or anyone that's ever made you feel less than. Know that a bully does it so that they can make themselves feel more important. And know that a copycat does it so they can make themselves more relevant. And know that a karmic does it because they have karmic lessons to learn. So if you are truly feeling collective that you resonate with this and you are none of those things, keep shining. And even if you felt like you resonated with one of those things and you didn't want to admit it to yourself or to anyone, it's okay to start changing today. At the beginning of the reading, I said it's like for all of us, the one thing to aspire to be is just better than yesterday. For you, not for anyone else, but just for you. So it's just like realizing that, right? You can always change anything you aren't happy with about yourself. Say you notice you are getting upset because people are copying you, because you are a collective, someone who leads and shines. Meditate on the energy, connect with it, and say, okay, how can I put that energy into something else? For some of you, maybe it's going to be going for an hour walk a day or a run or to the gym or spending that hour reading, listening to music, doing different things to make you feel more centered again. Maybe having a bath, spiritual bath. For others of you, you could love to garden. We've got the nice weather. So for some of you, if you've never done that, gardening, such a peaceful Zen experience as well. Absolutely. But ultimately, just know that you're headed to such a beautiful place, and the more that you stand in your own creativity, the more that others are going to be drawn to you automatically. So the more that you got to show them. Don't be in those outdated beliefs. And also, too, the people that shine the brightest are the ones that aren't worried about the negative cycles that have happened in their lives. So let's get a few more messages. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Good things come to those who work hard and persevere. Absolutely. You're being reminded now how far you have come and keep going. Beautiful. So for some of you, you have come so far, and possibly on your come up or your way, there's always someone constantly trying to copy you or take from you. Ultimately, that's literally your spirit team, your spirit guide saying you have been recognized. They do see what you've been doing, how much you've evolved, how much you've changed. Time for a change. You are urged to make these necessary changes towards your happiness at this time. Who or what is currently leaving you feeling drained? So any karmic energies, either have those conversations, acknowledge it, and if not, for a lot of you, you're going to evolve past that and you're just going to keep moving forward. Tunnel vision is literally someone's theme song this week. Collective, run with it. Whatever your focus is creatively. If anyone is trying to get in your space, block you, copy you, bully you, report you, dim your light, you are only going to shine brighter if you literally tunnel vision it out. But if you feed into it in any type of way, those blessings are going to take a lot longer to come in, and they might not be as great. But it's like when Divine sees someone literally just trying to be fair and honest to everyone, that's what we're all here for. To help other people succeed, shine, forgive, and move in unconditional love. That's literally my main message. Forgiveness and unconditional love. So for some of you, having that forgiveness for those that have tried to make you feel less than, that have tried to copy you. And realize it's just their lessons to learn. It's not anything about you, except for the fact that you're so freaking original and you shine so freaking bright. But ultimately, too, it's just sweet because meditation's going to bring you in any clarity needed, going to bring you in the answers you need, the solutions you need to these karmic energies. And ultimately, all they'll be able to do is watch you continue to shine. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And until next time, if this resonated, go ahead and like and subscribe. But ultimately, just know that you're headed to a beautiful place. It's all about tunnel vision. And if you don't have that tunnel vision, cycles are going to take a lot longer to come in. So realize that and continue being that person you are meant to be. Keep shining. Thank you. Take care.